That vice president changed his name, a la Gary Hart.
He was born in February 16th, 1812 in Farmington, Mass. And ended up
What goes around comes around.
So anyway, so that's, we thought we would
This morning in Los Angeles, Mark McEwen, who's out there doing a couple interviews for us.
Yes, indeed. You were trying to get him, I think.
Yeah, what a translation.
Harry, Katghleen. Thanks very much, Charles.
Mark McEwen now with the latest on the weather and this cold front coming over parts of the country.
Lesley and Bruce, thanks very much for joining us. They also said they believe George Bush when he says he's not going to raise taxes. Good morning.
Starting with this morning.
Good to have you back.
Oh, nice to feel better.
With me, Georgie. You little?
Nope.
Oh.
That's what it made me leave.
Oh, we're going to come back in just a moment. Another hour ahead for Monday, right after the station break. Georgie? You little?
Nope.
Oh.
That's what it made me leave.
Oh, we're going to come back in just a moment. Another hour ahead for Monday, right after the station break.
Thought that Bush was spending all his time.
My body's had it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
My boots have dropped sometimes. My body's had it, you know.
Oh, yeah. That's right. 15 before the hour. Thanks, Pat. Coming up next, a new sex survey from Women's Day. Is our society too permissive?
That's why they call it that.
Bye-bye.
24 minutes before the hour. Next, Pat George shows us men's fall fashions from George. The hour next, Pat George shows us men's fall fashions from. We're going to talk to you in a couple of minutes.
They're about your clothes.
Section, was this Siege of Chicago, the 1960s.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said you were in Los Angeles.
Thank you. I'm out here on the mountaintop. Can you see that all that behind me? You believe that, too?
Right. 24 minutes before the hour. Next, the choice of Lloyd Benson as a running mate. We'll get
With me, Georgie.
Mark McEwen is in Los Angeles. The first of the varsity sometimes lands in your stomach like a landmine. Mark McEwen. And for people who did, but here it is again. The question was raised by a viewer who received it. In 10 minutes, New York Governor Mario Cuomo will be joining us.
Stay with us.
Well, the family is back completed this morning. Mark McEwen is here.
Thanks, Ken.
Mark McEwen.
Katghleen and Harry.
Thanks, Lynn. Thanks, Ken.
Mark McEwen.
Yeah, right. He shows the last day,
especially the detailing.
You catch the crumbs, or are they supposed to spill out? I don't remember.
That's what the hour will be.
The best part about all of this is they were limited to 18 night games a season through the year 2000.
Sure.
So it will still essentially be a day ballpark.
Until they have to renegotiate live coverage of that for you.
We have a lot more in store for you tomorrow from New Orleans, including some music with
In the
I can say for ESPN, and she was there already just ESPN, and she was there already just a couple of years.
Well, it beats hog calling. You know how they always have that contest in Illinois?
That contest, done the,
It beats hog calling.
We'll be back after this from Jimmy Dean.
Keeping your kids healthy in the classroom. On Monday, the telltale signs of a common hearing problem.
Also coming up next week, we're going to... Welcome back to CBS This Morning. I'm Harry.
Anybody else in your repertoire?
Well, thanks, Ray.
Well, Kevin O'Connell is here for Mark McEwen, and he's here to gorgeous, hanging over the Hudson River on the way into work today.
No, Bill, all right. Oh, well, I have a quick question for you two. Do you know?
Welcome.
29 minutes after the hour, CBS This Morning continues.
For a second, beginning to head into fall, you can feel it with the snap in the air.
Somehow the old snap is missing from the body this morning. What a Friday.
What happens by the end of the week?
It does, it does.
But I was out running last night. It was a cool, crisp, felt like a fall night, and it was terrific.
Yeah, it has been changing. The light gets different in the fall, too.
Yeah, it's really nice. Good morning. In our second hour, we're going to have with us Jeff Bridges. He, of course, is student of election.
Tough to do, to be a young designer and be accepted by the rest of the country. Also, we look at why good design is good for the USA.
Something that's been neglected in U.S. manufacturing. We'll be talking about that second hour. Stay with us.
I hope so.
We're going to be talking here this week.
It's been a treat to be here. This is a great group of people that makes this show work.
Well,
And you're not bad either.
most of them. Next week, Charlie Sheen will be with us, Sam Huff, Dennis Conner. The America's Cup starts next week. We'll see you.
Good morning again, Paul. We're astounded that there's a million alligators.
That's amazing.
But it is.
Yeah, they don't need any gator aid.
I knew it was coming. I just didn't know how.
You can feel that one. No, that
Couldn't be.
sounds like a crock, doesn't it?
Oh. You killed me. You killed me.
Guess I better dial up the weather now.
Oh. I can't stand it. Also be meeting another actor, Hollywood's busiest new actor, John Mahoney, and take a look at how Yellowstone's animals are surviving this terrible summer of fires.
So we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Get into that in 17 minutes to the hour. What to do crash after death.
Actual time, I guess, for those.
Modern Miracles. Well, it's not 29 after the hour. We'll be back. Mary Kay Ash coming up.
Tonight, the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather, and at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 48 hours, The Smoking War.
See you tomorrow, everyone.
Have a good day.
You can say it. We're back.
We're back. I'll learn how to do it.
Can't you say it poetically? When did you start rhyme and reason?
I don't know when I started doing that. I was not one of those people who used to write the poem for the office party, the guy that used to...
You are now.
I guess I am now, yeah. I've sort of, I've got that reputation.
You know, it's interesting, you know, when people are writing, I'm sure you...
Nope. More than 2 minutes.
I mean, what will they do?
I'm amazed. So amazed.
Yeah. When I, during my days in the Army band, sitting in for Mark McEwen, Kevin
O'Connell.
Well, he's standing in. He's standing in for Mark McEwen. Kevin O'Connell of KCBS TV in Los Angeles will have this morning's weather.
Well, at age 17, he was composed inside. Outside, when you get, you know... Well, at age 17, he was composed inside. Outside, when you get, you know...
So you put a crown on your head, women will do anything.
You said that, not me.
That's all right. I'll take responsibility for it. That's right. All you women with crowns, you can just come to the floor. In fact, I'm talking about women this morning. Apparently, Carmen joined us this morning from KCBS. But you obviously haven't been bumped off enough airplanes that you had to use it. That's the one thing. Hedgehogs in Great Britain. There's another animal happens in Great Britain.
Well, I think it's kind of nice that they do that anyway. It's sort of sweet, I think.
Kevin O'Connell is here all this week, filling in for Mark McEwen, who has been on a web.
Anyway, we did read to the children, and then, of course, we surprised them with Pooh Bear and Pooh Bear.
Yeah, but Dennis Conner would tell you a cat's life is better.
That's right.
Mark McEwen is off this morning, and Kevin O'Connell is here from KCBS from Los Angeles, and he has the weather for us here.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Mark McEwen is off this morning, and Kevin O'Connell is here from KCBS from Los Angeles, and he has the weather for us here.
Thank you, Kathleen. You know, 90% of
Welcome back to CBS This Morning. I'm Katghleen Sullivan.
And I'm Charles Osgood, and Harry Smith is off this morning.
We were hoping in the last half hour to get the lottery winner, Sheila Ryan of Winterland, New York, Winter Park, Florida, who has just won $55 million, but she's going to be coming up in just a couple minutes.
The logic of the insurance company's not wanting to do that. I mean, as you say, you'd think that it would...
all day today. Zena Garrison, thank you so much for
saying that he was a bit upset about not winning Wimbledon.
Did you learn something from watching Borgo this morning?
Que esperarnos.
Pero si nos tenemos que casar, y entre más pronto, mejor.
Let's go. We want to wish all of our Jewish friends a Happy New Year. 5,700. That's years ago. And, yes, you can imagine. There's a partial score, Princeton 12. That was but anyway, Slippery Rock is celebrating its big festival days this weekend. Check it out in Pennsylvania, one of the great American towns. Also coming to birthdays this morning. Take a look. Hey, it's 101. And little Deborah's what, 23?
Bless you.
God love you. I didn't even sneeze.
Tennis, U.S. Open winner.
Well, before the hour, we'll be back. Did you enjoy the tennis at the U.S. Open on Saturday?
I did.
Pastor Weinberger about his new three-headed monster. If you were strong, I don't understand, Reverend Jackson, why it's black versus white. None of those flashy raincoats are real things.
They cover anything like that?
This actually surprised me. When I
$3 billion in damages right away on Wall Street. They thought insurance had been taking slight advantage of it.
The updates on the storm throughout the day. A complete wrap-up on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather, and CBS News teams are covering the whole Caribbean.
We'll cover it as best we can tomorrow.
Sorry, thank you. Andrea Evans, did I?
No,
I said Janet Evans.
Yeah.
Andrea Evans is the girl on, what's this stuff out there? One Life to Live.
Janet only has one life to live as well. She's living at rapid segment. Like actually keeping score. Some people, there are different columns and it's done hard.
Good show.
Good news. Mark McEwen is here this morning with a look at this morning's
Look out there, Kathleen and Harry.
We'll have to contend with potholes, so right if you...
There was a terrible accident yesterday in San Diego where there was a hydrofoil race in Southern California. Also coming up directly. When someone does something against you, like let's say the movers don't hold up on their end of a damage claim.
He has red on his album covers. That seems cool.
I think they're just being taken care of on the road, but they're not making. It's being taken care of on the road, but.
Happy? I'm going to be sad.
Where I said, if you hold your hands upside down like this. Congratulations and thank you for joining us this morning. That's the girl in the red truck, Charlie Brown. Well, the whole idea for the movie came...
So right if you...
There was a terrible accident yesterday in San Diego where there was a hydrofoil race. When someone does something against you, like let's say the movers don't hold up on their end of a damage claim.
Mike was here and so was Erin, Bob, and Bill yesterday at the press conference, news conference in Philadelphia. They're on the road, but they're not making any money on it.
Well,
I have the bag.
a prediction, when it's going to come. There's pictures in the car. I wonder if there's a lot of pain in that. There must have been a lot of pain. If you think about it, the handshake is down to his chest, but still, there's pain. There's pictures in the car. I wonder if there's
What the weather's going to look like for this weekend and today.
Things shaping up just nicely.
Great.
Just fine and dandy. That kind of weather, nice and warm.
Fine, Dr. Benjamin Spock on parenting for the 80s, and I'd like to take this opportunity to wish our...
Marcus McEwen hasn't been doing a lot, so you can blame him all. He's a little under the weather, but on top of the weather...
And there's a lot of weather to be under.
That's right.
I mean, this will be off eventually someday, and you'll go back to, or you'll continue to do your...
Yeah, I just didn't know.
I don't know. I never knew that there was such one that big. 2 inches wide, 1 inch deep, weighing 3 ounces.
I think the question of the day is how much is Joan going to bid on it?
Oh, right. In my day. And now...
Well, thank you. We've got a general report now.
2 inches wide, 1 inch deep, weighing 3 ounces.
I think the question of the day...
That's okay. A category too close for comfort.
Right, exactly.
Paula, thank you.
You're welcome.
Right now, we'll find out all about the weather from Spencer.
Well, there is something to feel comfortable about today in the weather.
Okay.
There's something...
Too close for comfort.
Right, exactly.
Paula, thank you.
You're welcome.
Right now, we'll find out all about the weather from Spencer.
Well, there is something to feel comfortable about today in the weather.
Okay.
There's something... I can tell.
I'm sorry,
Spoken to.
And have you spoken to your map?
Yes, I have, and the map spoke back nicely. We got decent weather here, I can tell.
I'm sorry,
Spoken to.
And have you spoken to your map?
Yes, I have, and the map spoke back nicely. We got decent weather.